Now, I personally don't blame the marathon or anything else on Sandy on the president. I do blame him for one thing, because I have to hold him to his word. I don't want the president or FEMA or anybody else involved. I want the average citizen involved, because when the government gets involved, what does the government do? They run the marathon, and they put up little tables of water all around the city, and they take their generators to run the clocks and the lights, and then they take all their police force to set up barricades and to make sure the runners are all safe. That's what big government does. They do that instead of seeing the neighbors that are suffering. So I don't blame the president, except we've got to hold him to his own words. He said this to the United States government just 2 days ago.
Do not figure out why we can't do something. I want you to figure out how we do something. I want you to cut through red tape. I want you to cut through bureaucracy. There's no excuse for inaction.
There's no excuse. No excuse. Cut through red tape. Here's a report from Alabama.
But all hasn't gone smoothly for our crews from Huntsville, as well as Decatur Utilities, and Joe Wheeler out of Trinity headed up there. But one of the Decatur workers tells me they were told by crews in New Jersey they can't do any work there since they're not union employees. Here's some pictures. Derek
Excuse me. There's some red tape you can cut, Mr. President, but you won't. You won't because of your union cronies. You won't do it. How do I know? Because I know who you are. I know you're a progressive. I know you're in with the unions, and you are exactly the same way that FDR was with the unions. The unions shut down the war plants because they thought that maybe they should have a little bit more say here. The average salary in World War II after the Great Depression went up 70%. That wasn't enough for the unions. They shut down our airplane plants, and our tank plants. They are doing the same thing. Common sense, wide awake. Behind me on the set, there is a picture of Abraham Lincoln that we just finished today. It shows Abraham Lincoln in a blue background and stars around his head, and it just says wide awake. That man was wide awake, and he was, for a while, the only one wide awake. But he was wide awake. It only takes one. It only takes one leader to be awake at a time when the nation is about to spiral out of control. This is your last call. I've never said that. I don't think I've ever felt that. But I'm telling you, America, this is Tuesday is your last call. That's it. You could say, oh, I don't know, I don't like Mitt Romney. Oh, I don't know, he's a Mormon. Oh, I don't know, he's a little big government for me. Oh, I don't know. Well, great. Last call. This is it. Last call. We won't survive another 4 years.